Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule. Stop in and see what it is I'm up to. It is Monday, the 25th of July, 2022, going on 8 o'clock in the evening. It is 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Humidity is 75%, so it feels like it's in the low 90s. 29 degrees Celsius. So, just left Dollar Tree. I stopped to get a couple of containers, but they did not have them. So, oh well. Getting a bit of a late start on today's video. Just the way things kind of worked out today. Went to dinner with the daughter and son-in-law and the one grandbrat. We went to Cracker Barrel, which is unusual for us. But I've been saying for a while I wanted to do a breakfast for dinner type thing, and I had suggested Waffle House, or not Waffle House, IHOP or Denny's. I guess it was 2 weeks ago or something. But Cracker Barrel works. Excuse me, it's not my favorite place to go, but they do have decent food. So I had the French toast and scrambled eggs with cheese, sausage. It was tasty. Definitely hit the spot. Ordered extra syrup because I wanted the bottles. Imagine that. But I used to have a whole box full of those bottles, all washed and the whole 9 yards. I had a friend that worked at a Waffle House. Actually, my neighbor where I used to live worked at Waffle House, and I asked her for a couple of syrup bottles. She brought me like 2 huge bags just stuffed full. So apparently it's something that a lot of people request, so they have a bunch of them. But when I moved, they got left behind or misplaced or whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter. They're no longer available. So and I don't really need that many. Usually when I ask for a few, it's because, you know, I've got a small project in mind. So, like the couple that I got now, wow, that's a new entrance to the university. I haven't been out here in a while. Like the couple I got now, my main thought of those was to see if they would work in my Yuko clone, the Northern Lights lantern. See if they'll work in there as an oil burner, and if not, maybe just make a little oil lamp. So that happened. Same type thing happened. I asked for a couple of railroad spikes. I had an idea for a project, and a friend got back to me that they had gone and talked to a friend of theirs who worked on the railroad, and they said, come over here and pick these up. And I went over. There were 2 5-gallon buckets full of railroad spikes. That weighs a ton. Well, maybe not a ton, but quite a bit. I mean, I could barely lift those 5-gallon buckets. So And again, the project I had didn't come to fruition. The project I had in mind, I still got it in my head. I still may do it, you know, but at the moment, it's just, you know, putting the resources together at the right time when you have the right time. So across the street here, we're going to. This used to be my favorite way to go home, around this retention pond, but I've sat out here many times in the parking lot. This is the Florida Community College. I think it's got a different name now, but anyhow, unfortunately I'm going to have to be sitting at this light for a while. But so last night I got inspired, I guess. I don't know. I went through and dug out my markers, my alcohol-based markers, and started working on a rock. I did a rock and I did a piece of paper. The paper didn't turn out very well at all. I didn't like that. But I liked the way the rock turned out. So I'll do a video on that at one point. I've also got the alcohol inks that I had come across a while ago. So need to take those back out. I had them not all that long ago because I used them on that tie-dye thing with Sassy. So up here on this curve coming up, years and years ago, an alligator attacked a police car. Tore the front bumper off and had both front tires flat. It was a good sized gator, like 10 foot or better. So they keep them pretty well out of that pond. Any big ones anyway. I think the biggest one I've seen in there lately is about 5 feet, and I haven't seen any of them here recently. But this is a neighborhood I used to live in. And yes, I'm going the long way just so I can babble a little bit longer. But where was I? Oh yeah, with the rocks. It was interesting. I can see why people enjoy doing it. I have a few more ideas to play around with. And I told my brother to talk to the young lady that he knows that does the artwork. She did two little boxes for him. She's only 13 or 14. She's got a lot of talent. So I offered to let her take some of the rocks that I have, just plain ones, and ones that are painted white, kind of a base coat, spray painted white. And I told her told him that if she wanted to, she could take some of those and paint and give them back. Oh, the rainbow bench is gone. Huh. And she can give them back, and I'll leave them out. Like, I'll do a video and then put them out as leave behind art, Jacksonville Rocks type thing. So I only told him that yesterday. I don't know what she thinks about the idea. I did not sleep well last night at all. I went to bed early trying to change my sleep schedule a little bit, and I only slept for a couple hours, and then I was awake, and then I was awake for, I don't know, an hour and a half, something like that. Finally went back to sleep, and then I woke up, my legs, I was having severe pains, shooting pains down in my lower legs and my feet. And I've been to the doctor about it in the past, and they reckon that it's just nerve damage. They associate it with diabetes, but I'm not diabetic. I don't have any symptoms of diabetes other than the weird feeling in my lower legs and these occasional pains. It's really weird. Like, it feels like, I don't know, almost like somebody smacks me in the foot with a hammer or stabs me in the bottom of the foot. Just a really bad pain. And sometimes it lingers for a little bit. Sometimes it makes my foot cramp up. Other times it's just like a little sharp twinge. Just enough to say, hey. So, I don't know. Maybe I was sleeping wrong. I mean, I've got so many problems with my back. It doesn't take much to throw one part or another of it out. So, you know, it's just one of them things. It's one, you know, something I've gotten used to over the years. Of course, it's all getting worse. I made a comment on Facebook about it's even harder to get up now than it used to be. My son said I should go see a doctor. But again, it's nothing that I haven't been dealing with for 25, 30 years. So there's not really a whole lot a doctor can do. We've already run all the tests and done all the this and that, and just is what it is. Even like surgery isn't an option because they can't pinpoint what the problem is. Although I might be able to have like different vertebrae that were cracked, I could have them fused, and the doctor thinks that might help, but it would create more problems. So, you know, there were a couple of times where I was told I wouldn't walk again. So, you know, these little bits of aches and pains, it's a whole lot better than the alternative. You know, and getting down on the floor and having problems climbing back up again, it could be a lot worse. So, anyway, it's gonna be too dark when I get home to do a show and tell, but I stopped at and there's really not a whole lot to show and tell. I stopped at this one spot today. I saw some pipes, and I wasn't sure what they were for. I stopped and looked, and it was a bicycle rack that goes on the back of your car, attaches to your trunk. And I grabbed that. Not sure why, but I grabbed that, and right next to it was a metal square, triangle square. So it's got the metal ruler and the metal square piece, triangle piece, whatever it's called. I adjustable gauge. So that by itself was worth the stop. And I'm contemplating, there's a white couch over by the dumpster. It looks like it's leather. Even if it's not, there's a big piece of white vinyl on the back of that couch. So depending on how humid it is, I may go over and grab that. Alright, what are we doing here, people? I could probably cut up some other parts of the couch too, but if it's leather, we'll see. I don't really need that much. I've got drawers and drawers of leather. Rolls and rolls of furniture grade leather. I don't have much white, so I don't know. Don't really need it. I'm not doing that much leather crafting at the moment. So I do think I want that piece of vinyl though. I'm 98% sure it is not leather. They don't usually put leather on the back panel. But this is the end of the ride for the day, folks. I appreciate you all coming along and listening to me babble on and think out loud and what have you. So let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave me a comment wherever it is you all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about them. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. It's a lot, y'all. Bye.